So here we have this 3-in-1 massage belt, and it's super easy to use and super comfortable. So here we open it up and we have the belt like so. And as you can see there, we have the controls. So you actually want this part to be the back. So as I put it on, I'm going to flip it around like so. And there we go. And just put it on nice and tight. So you can see how it's fitting me right here on the back. And there we go. And so here we have the controls, and it's going to have a USB-A, like the normal USB, with the USB-C outlet. So if you just have USB-C to USB-C, that works too, because the USB-C is what's going to plug into the bottom to charge this. But it is already charged, and there are some directions here as well. So that's all you need to get started. And it's really easy to use. There's a power button on the top. So if I just press that, hold it down, it's going to turn on. And it's already starting to vibrate. So we have all these different things, and I can actually, let's see, can turn off the vibrate button, which is down here. There's 3 different settings, so vibrates off. I'm gonna turn off the air. So I just wanna show you everything. It's saying 40 degrees Celsius, but you can change that to Fahrenheit with this button right here. So we have the Fahrenheit button, and then we have the timer button. And so you can change it if you want it to be 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it's gonna go all the way up to an hour, and then nothing if you don't want the timer at all. So that's a nice feature if you want it to shut off after a certain amount of time. And then down here on the lower left, we have the vibrate option. So there's 3, so you just tap it, and I can already feel it vibrating right here in the back. So there's kind of 2 vibrators. And then you press it again, it's gonna vibrate a little bit harder. And then the third, it does cycle through some different vibrations. It's not just always constant, so sometimes it goes back and forth, so it kind of changes things up, which is great. The middle button here is the heat. So we have it 104 degrees Fahrenheit, where you can go up to 113 or 122. So really nice to have the different options depending on what you like. And then you can also turn it off if you don't want any heat. You can have 0. Like I said, you can change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit, but let's just do a little bit of heat right there. And then the last button in the lower right is the air. So that is another feature. So even though I strapped it on pretty tight, even if it's a little loose, that's not a problem, because the air is going to add compression. So if we click that, it's on the lowest setting. You might hear it now, so it's actually bringing in some air, and it's expanding here, kind of like a blood pressure cuff. So now I can feel it tightening, and it actually helps with the vibration in the back, so you really feel it, that tight feeling. So the vibration really is getting to my lower back, which is great. And you can set it to the highest setting, which is 3, if you'd like. And so now I can really feel it tightening up, but it's not gonna stay tight. It's gonna be compressed for a little bit, and then after a certain amount of time, it will decompress and then recompress, so it's not just like a constant feeling. And then the very tiny button in the middle that's green right now is the lock button. So if I click that, let's see, whoops. Trying to get it clicked. I'm sorry, you don't click the middle button, you just click the power button once, and so it locks it. So that way you can't touch any of these buttons anymore, it's not gonna change anything. So that's how the screen is locked now. But right now, I don't know if you could hear, but the air compression has gone out, now it's coming back in. So it's just changing it up. So it's not like you're always feeling that compression. So it varies to give you that nice massage feeling. So very soothing. So after a long day of work, or if you're just, are out on the job and you just need a little break, having some back pain, just strap this on. It's very soothing, nice and comfortable. Or if you just want to relax around the house and whatnot, this is great. It's just so simple. It's wireless. You can walk around, you can sit down and relax. It's fantastic. So I'm very impressed with it, and it just feels great on the back. It's just nice and soothing. And it fits any body size really. You have the different sizes, and you can obviously adjust it, so it's great. And then if I just press the power button again, it turns green, so now the screen's unlocked if I want to change any of the settings. If I don't want the heat anymore, for example, or the air compression, I can just the air compression's done, and I can already feel it loosening up as the air goes out. You can turn the timer on, all of these features. So it's just fantastic, so many uses, and it's great, if you just want to feel relaxed after a long day of work, or if you actually just want to soothe some muscles because you worked out a lot, or whatever, it's great. So many different uses and just so many different features. So I definitely recommend.